YouTube. Quick demo of my pal Wayne's new Telecaster, which I went and picked up last week in the Kebab and Guitar Safari video. Should have done it earlier. I hope this video is not late. I'm going to try and keep it short because it's already nearly 6 o'clock and it goes out at 7, so might still be processing. Spent all day building this. Not quite done yet, but it's a bit mental. It's just the 5 pickups. No prize for guessing who painted that. Yeah, so this says KB Fullman on the headstock and handmade in London on it. I got it from a lovely guy, I keep forgetting his name, Donny. I think it was Donny. So I went to pick it up. I was picking it up from my pal Wayne, who lives down south. I'll obviously be posting it to him at some point. I kind of forgotten about it, to be honest. Guys like, I know you from YouTube. It's like, so fame, yeah. So the handmade thing, I think it is handmade. It certainly looks like it weighs a lot. I will weigh it. Just think of it being like a Les Paul, actually. But the way, one of the reasons I think it's handmade is, see if you look at this bit here. That bit there is very thick, and this bit here is very thin. So the body and the neck have been made for each other, but normally the neck kind of sticks down a little bit more, and there's less of the body. So I think that's what happened. It's made of the most amazing flamey. Look at the flame in the maple. Look at the flame in the maple. The back of the headstock, and you're not, obviously the lighting in here is not fantastic, but it looks amazing in person. It's got Gotor tuners, which are very similar to the ones you get in an Ibanez RG branded. The bridge is a Scholler, which looks like the one that's on my Schecter P-Bass. It's kind of a sort of Schecter, like the original Schecters, like, type vibe going on about it. Being a telly with 2 humbuckers, but also just this bridge, and it's got a Schecter-y thing, you know, like a sort of more intricate than a Fender type thing. So it's nitrocellulose finished. If you see there, you can see there's a wee bit of scuffing and chipping and stuff around there where someone's fingernails have been. But if you hold it up to the light, you can sort of see it's got that, you know, the sort of cracking that happens with nitro finished guitars. The pickups are Kent Armstrongs, and I think I'm going to do a wee mod to it. I'm going to put coil splits in it, I think, because they're very, very, very powerful pickups, which kind of, maybe if I just turn the volume down, I'll have a wee go of it. I'm not really that proper. I did play this for a wee bit on the live stream, but the sound in the live stream is always terrible. It compresses it like mad, and it's much worse than it is now. Oh, that's my mic. Yeah, so this bit of the bridge here, which I'm going to shout at the mic so you can hear me, there's a wee screw there. It's so black you can't really see it. There you go, you can sort of see there's a wee screw there. And it's like, what does that do? See, when you turn it, if you imagine the screw, if you imagine this being the screw, well, not hundreds of crap on the floor, the bit for the middle of the actual screw bit, the screw's not in the middle, it's off to the side like that. So basically what you do is when you turn it, it goes like that. See what I mean? It's kind of going in the way. So it's basically it locks the saddles in place, kind of like what you get on the Washburn Wing series harmonic lock bridge. It's got like a wee Allen key, goes in the top there, and it kind of clamps the saddles together. So that's what that does. Pretty cool. I mean, this bridge, it's got like it's roller saddles, but it's like a roller that's on a screw, so you can actually move the string spacing if you wanted to. It's set pretty well as it is. Yeah. So volume and a tone, no push-pull pots. I've not actually been in the back of this. That's actually the back of it's the one bit that kind of looks, that just looks like it's been stuck on at some point. I wonder if maybe there was an original piece in there that I need to take it to bits and have a look at it. But look at the mahogany it's made of. I think it's 2 pieces. All the way through, and this will be this is a proper cap, because that's not binding. That's like, you know what PRS do, where they tape off when they paint it. When they stain it, they tape that bit off. So that's actually a good few millimeters of solid fancy figured stuff. How many millimetres we're talking about there? Probably not going to be very much. I'd say 5mm. It's got a 5mm maple cap on it. Is that maple? It really does dance about in the light an awful lot. I've not polished this up or anything like that. I probably should have. That would have been a much more sensible thing. Personally, I'm not sure about the white, the cream rhythm treble bit. I'd probably not have that, but that's easily taken off. It didn't have strap buttons on it either. But so I need to remember to take these off. You're not getting them, Wayne, because they're off one of my guitars. I can't remember which one it's sitting through next door, but these are annoying things, strap buttons. But it's like, it's kind of got a quality feel to it. In fact, I'll wait before I go on any further. So we're talking about like the lightest guitars you can get are sort of under 3 kilograms. Once you get above 4, you start getting into Les Paul territory. Once you get above 4.5, it becomes, oh, this is a heavy guitar. I'm going for this being more than 4.5. I'll go for a guess at 4 point. How heavy was that Blazer Scott had? Is it as heavy as that? It might be. I'm going for 4.6 kilograms. 4.3. 4.3. So not that heavy. I think that still probably classes as a medium weight Les Paul. But because it's a tele, it kind of feels, kind of actually reminds me of my Washburn Tour 24. Weighs kind of the same. It's alright if you've got a big, balances really well, and I put a big massive strap on it, so it doesn't really make that much difference. And these are the strings that were already on it. So here we go with just in the clean channel of my orange. The reverb's on, nothing else is on. See, it's almost driving it. Actually, when I got this, the pickups were set very low, and I wonder if that was why. And then full bung. It's a very powerful and direct, punchy sound it's got. Almost arguably not really that telecastery sounding, considering it's a telecaster. And I can't believe I managed to get 7 minutes in, wow, without mentioning the fact it doesn't have fret markings on the edge of the fingerboard. It does have one on the third for some reason. And so it's like, I wonder why they stopped doing that. I think it's not a left-handed neck. No, I need the fret markings on the edge. So if this was mine, it would be getting... I'd probably drill holes and do something with it to actually add markings, or you just put me stickers on, or something like that. So it might be a wee bit lost when I'm playing bar chords. Obviously, when you put it onto, I put the rat pedal on, it's just going to be, these pickups will just absolutely love that. Neck pickup. Try and put that more towards the amp actually. Sorry if this is making a crunchy noise, which I bet you it is. I see it again. That's me not being able to see the dots on the edge of the fingerboard. If I look there, if I look in the monitor, I can see where I'm. So I'm going to have a look and see if I've got a push-pull pot. There's a push-pull pot on the tone control, or the volume control would just knock them into singles, which I think would vastly improve the sounds on this guitar. For, not that it's a bad sound, it's good, it's just it's not particularly Fendery telly. Doesn't sound like single coils, because it's not. Both on. Maybe it doesn't sound exactly like a Les Paul either, I wouldn't have said. It's amazing how as soon as I closed that window, the temperature just went boom. I'm totally sweating here. This is going to say it's going to be a short video. It's already 10 minutes, but I'll put on the rat pedal, which I think this is going to absolutely love. Neck pickup. Now that's a creamy tone. Both. Tube Screamer for sort of in the middle, more kind of rock sound rather than fuzzy rat pedal. So, I mean, to be honest, Wayne sent me this. It was on eBay. Was it eBay? I think it was really cheap for what it is. But in a photo, and maybe even just now, it does maybe look a bit, maybe Harley Benton-y or something at first. It's nothing like that at all. But first initial look at it, you go, oh, it's like, oh, handmade, because handmade can quite easily mean but a kit stuck it together. That's not what this is. This is proper handmade. Also, if you look at the shape of it, it's not quite a Telecaster. Whoever it was made it either didn't have a Telecaster to draw around or were doing their own thing. Roughly Telecaster. It's just kind of looking at it, the shape's just a bit off. It might be a wee bit of me looking at that, looking at the FGN one, which is a bit, which is more off for a telly. I mean, if anyone knows who KB Fullman is, handmade in London, he's a shout. I don't know. I looked it up on the internet and there was no hits at all. So it's a funny one because this is, I think it's probably 30 years old, something like that. I think I can't get away from this Schecter thing that I think maybe round about 1985, like round about Live Aid. If you watch Live Aid, every band has a Schecter Telecaster because that was the in thing. Because at the time, well, they were the best guitars you could get at the time. Outside, even Pete Townsend used one. Outside actually getting like a pre-CBS Fender, the best telly you could get was a Schecter one. So I think that's not controversial like my usual. That's not an opinion. That's kind of more of a fact. I think. It's like a fact. I think it's a fact, yeah. But certainly, there was in 1985. There was a big Schecter-y thing going on, especially at Live Aid when all the bands seem to have them. Yes, it's very nice. It really is. I can feel a wee bit. I'd imagine Donnie probably didn't pay very much for it either, but I think you're probably looking at nearer $1,000. Something like that is how much it should be. It's very, very well made. And the way, basically, when Wayne sent me, it's like, you can pick this up. It's like, okay, and I was looking at it, it's like, oh, it's good. The Go-To tuners, they're like 50 quid tuners, and the bridge is probably 50 quid. Didn't know what kind of pickups as Kent Armstrong's, they're probably 50. So that's basically the whole guitar was free if you sold the tuners and the bridge and the pickups. kind of thing, which it seems a real shame. Obviously I wouldn't do that, but no, it's a very nice and very expensive feeling guitar. It does have something on the back of the neck. It might just be dirt from my fingers, or maybe it's something to do with the nitrocellulose, or because I'm sweating. Yeah, you can see the cracks in the back of the nitrocellulose. But I mean, I really wish you could see the detail on this neck. It kind of looks like a Schecter neck. I just wonder when they were making the neck why they didn't make it so you could interchange it, or maybe there may be some reason for it. But that is definitely a thin bit there, and that bit there is definitely thick compared to normal telly. This isn't a telly, I'm aware, but it's not going to look anything like it because it's a. Maybe not actually. Doesn't. Yeah, that bit there is much thicker. Normally on a guitar. You know, it's maybe not that much. Maybe it's just an optical illusion. It doesn't actually look any different. It might be one of those things that I always talk about this on like a P bass and a jazz bass, how a jazz bass neck's very thin at the nut and a P bass is pure chunky, and it's like 40mm or 42mm, so it's a 2mm difference, but it feels like the world. That might be what's happening here. It might only be a couple of millimeters off, and maybe something to do with the fact it's got quite a thick. It's a rosewood fingerboard, but it's like Schecter rosewood. It's got the green lines on it, but they're all perfectly straight. It doesn't have any of this waviness in it or any of this kind of going off its sides. No, it's just like this, the lines are all pure straight. And the quality of the top's amazing as well. Be a shame whoever it was. Obviously somebody must have rested their finger there all the time. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's a bit chipped there, mind you. You wonder why did they fit scratch plates to these guitars? And it's like pure. That's why they fitted scratch plates to Telecasters, because nitrocellulose chips. I don't think that's as necessary these days. I mean, or since poly became a thing, you know, it's more of almost a design statement thing now to have a scratch plate on a guitar. It's like, oh, it's for looks rather than actually protecting the guitar from scratches, because the poly finish it's plastic, so it'll just scratch the same way a scratch plate will, as in not very much. Very nice frets on it. It's got mini frets, like a vintage Fender type. It's been very well built. Yeah, so I don't know whether you'll be how late this video is going to be going up. It depends whether YouTube decides to be quick at the processing or not quick at the processing. In the lap of the gods. And I've fallen out with YouTube again. That's where you get demonetized again in my live streams. Yeah, after the manual review. So that's today, Thursday, Wednesday. What day is it today? Nothing seems to tell me. It's Friday. So I put it in for midnight on Sunday night, and it's Friday. I got it back today. Your video's not suitable for advertising. And here's the list of reasons. No, there's no list of reasons. Nothing. Just, nope. Okay. So basically I've lost half the money I get from YouTube from that, and there's nothing really I can do about it, unless I don't even know how I can change what it is I do anyway. Stop swearing? You're allowed to swear. Maybe stop being controversial, but I mean, what's the point in talking to the internet if you've got to say what other people tell you to say? My opinions are my own, and if you watch this you get to hear them. I'm not forcing them on you though. Rock on, and I will see. I'll probably have that up and running for a demo tomorrow. Catch you later. It's so hot. I know. It's like being Scottish. It's like 25 degrees or something just now outside, and it's like that is sweaty death. I even bought ice lollies or popsicles if you're American in the shop for the first time in years, just because it's so flipping hot. I'm even considering having a cold shower. Rock on. Catch you later. Like and subscribe, please.